On his way to winning a Super Bowl MVP, and League MVP in just his first 3 seasons in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes made some remarkable plays that still have us talking. He has defied all football logic and norms on numerous occasions. Here are 7 times Patrick Mahomes did the unthinkable. Threw a no-look pass. Most 17-yard gains in the second quarter of a regular season game are forgotten about after the final whistle. But this play made by Patrick Mahomes in Week 14 of the 2018 season against the Baltimore Ravens will be talked about for years to come. Mahomes connected with Demarcus Robinson for a 17-yard gain, but it was not your average play. With the Baltimore defense bearing down on him, Mahomes stepped up in the pocket and delivered a pass that nobody saw coming. Literally. While Robinson was running a crossing route towards the sideline, Mahomes had his eyes locked in on the middle of the field. While never looking away from that part of the field towards Robinson even for a second, Mahomes managed to hit the receiver perfectly in stride. For years, defenses have relied on reading a quarterback's eyes because they almost always give away where they're going to throw the ball. But that just doesn't work when defending Patrick Mahomes. You can see how Mahomes distracted the Ravens' safety and took him out of the play by not staring down his receiver. It's one of countless examples of Mahomes' one-of-a-kind vision and presence. Led a 24-point comeback in the playoffs. The Kansas City Chiefs' run to Super Bowl 54 almost ended right as it began. In their divisional round matchup with the Houston Texans, the Chiefs quickly fell behind 24-0. For most teams, a 24-point deficit in the second quarter of a playoff game would seem insurmountable. But those teams don't have Patrick Mahomes as their quarterback. After the Texans took that surprising early lead, Mahomes immediately responded and led his team on a touchdown drive in under a minute to make it 24-7. Mahomes and the Chiefs' offense didn't stop there, as they lit up the scoreboard for 28 points in the final 10 minutes of the second quarter. In less than 10 minutes, Kansas City had not only climbed their way back into the game, but they had actually taken a 28-24 halftime lead. Mahomes and his guys built off that momentum and blew the doors off the Texans in the second half as they cruised to a 51-31 victory. Pretty crazy using the phrase "cruised to a victory" after being down 24-0, but that's just how dominant Mahomes was that day. He threw for 321 yards and 5 touchdowns, while also rushing for 56 yards on just 4 carries. Mahomes became the first quarterback in playoff history to throw for 300 yards and rush for 50 more in the same game. That Chiefs squad also made history themselves that game as they completed the largest comeback in franchise history, which is even more amazing when you consider they not only came back to win, but won by 20 points. Went absolutely beast mode in the AFC Championship game. Following that epic comeback and thrashing off the Texans in the divisional round, Mahomes and the Chiefs' next opponent was the Tennessee Titans, who had just pulled off a pair of upsets over the New England Patriots in the wildcard round, and then the Super Bowl favorite Baltimore Ravens in the divisional round. Looking to shock the world one more time and seeming like a team of destiny, the Titans led the Chiefs 17-14 with under a minute to go in the first half. But everything changed when Patrick Mahomes took the game into his own hands and went beast mode. With 23 seconds to go in the half, the Chiefs had a 2nd and 10 from the Tennessee 27-yard line. Mahomes took the shotgun snap and rolled out, evading a couple of Titan defenders before sprinting down the sideline. He was met by more Tennessee defenders at the 5-yard line, and this is where most quarterbacks would have slid or just been tackled, but not Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes broke a tackle while simultaneously bouncing off another with a spin move before dragging a defender into the end zone with him for 6 points. Mahomes immediately flexed his muscles after scoring, and rightfully so. He single-handedly gave his team a 27-17 lead right before the half. After the play, the Chiefs never looked back and won the game 35-24, punching their ticket to the franchise's first Super Bowl since 1969. Mahomes finished the game with a casual 294 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 53 rushing yards, and that one insane rushing touchdown. Threw a pass with his left hand. In a 2018 Week 4 contest against the Denver Broncos, Mahomes taught everybody to always unexpect the unexpected when he has the ball. The Chiefs trailed their division rivals by 10 in the fourth quarter before Mahomes threw a touchdown pass to cut the deficit to 3 with just 6 minutes and 27 seconds left to play. After a defensive stop by Kansas City, Mahomes got the ball back, trailing 23-20 with just under 5 minutes left in the game. It was time for some Mahomes Magic. Mahomes had been facing relentless pressure from the Denver front seven all night, and this drive would provide for more of the same. On 3rd and 5 from the Kansas City 45-yard line, All-Pro linebacker Von Miller chased Mahomes out of the pocket as he scrambled left, searching for an open receiver. With Miller closing in on Mahomes from the right side, Mahomes made a play that the majority of NFL quarterbacks would never think to make, or even have the ability to pull off. The right-handed Mahomes switched the ball from his right to left hand as he shot-putted a lefty pass to Tyreek Hill for a first down to keep the drive alive. Mahomes' ability to think of that play on the spot and somehow pull it off is what makes him one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He led the Chiefs to what ended up being a game-winning touchdown on that drive as they won 27-23 and moved to 4-0 to start the season. Called his own play to ignite a comeback in the Super Bowl. In Super Bowl 54 against the San Francisco 49ers, the Chiefs trailed 20-10 midway through the fourth quarter. Nothing had gone according to plan for Kansas City up to that point. Facing a 3rd and 15 from their own 35 with 7 minutes and 13 seconds left on the clock, it was essentially do or die time for Mahomes and the Chiefs. With the game plan not having worked at all, Mahomes decided to call his own play in a crucial moment on the game's biggest stage. The Chiefs would need some Mahomes Magic to convert a first down in the situation, as San Francisco had only surrendered 2 first downs on 45 different 3rd and 15s or longer over the past 32 games. Mahomes asked his offensive coordinator to run 2-3 jet chip wasp, and Eric Bieniemy listened to him. Good thing he did, as Mahomes converted a strike to Hill for a 44-yard gain that put them deep inside the 49ers territory. It was a perfect call and pass by Mahomes, a great route by Hill, and exactly what the Kansas City Chiefs desperately needed. They were suddenly alive again and scored a touchdown 4 plays later to make it a 20-17 game with just over 6 minutes left. That lifted our whole team up. It was 3rd and forever, said receiver Sammy Watkins. Kansas City ended up winning the game 31-20, and Mahomes was named Super Bowl MVP for his efforts. Only Patrick Mahomes could turn a double-digit deficit with less than a half of a quarter left into a double win in the Super Bowl. He threw a football out of Arrowhead Stadium. Even when it's not during an actual game, every time Mahomes steps on a football field, he is capable of doing something that just makes your jaw drop. One afternoon during the 2019 offseason, Mahomes rolled up to Arrowhead Stadium and threw a pass out of the stadium. He threw a football over the seats and scoreboard and onto the concourse. For context of just how wild this actually is, the scoreboard at Arrowhead is 260 feet tall, which is around 86.7 yards. It's just mind-boggling to think about how high and how far Mahomes had to throw the ball to accomplish what he did. While it was done for show and fun, it does demonstrate Mahomes' elite strength and cannon of a right arm. Threw across his body on 4th down to save the game. In the same 2018 Week 14 matchup with the Baltimore Ravens, where Mahomes completed a no-look pass to Demarcus Robinson, Mahomes pulled off another miraculous throw that had the internet going bananas. This situation had a little bit more on the line than that no-look toss earlier in the game, though. The Chiefs were trailing 24-17 with just under a minute and a half to play and faced a 4th and 9 from their own 40-yard line. With the game on the line, Mahomes decided to break a cardinal rule for quarterbacks, which is to never throw across your body. Pressured by the Ravens defense, Mahomes scrambled and rolled out to the right. With a handful of Baltimore defenders closing in on him and Mahomes about to run out of bounds, he had no choice but to throw the ball. He flung it across his body and somehow found Tyreek Hill all the way down the field inside the Baltimore 30-yard line, and the play resulted in a 48-yard gain. Mahomes' vision to find Hill and the ability to get him the ball are one of a kind. This play set up the game-tying touchdown, and the Chiefs ended up winning a 27-24 thriller in overtime. Rules like don't throw across your body or look at your target while throwing only exist for normal quarterbacks, which Patrick Mahomes certainly is not. So, there you have it. 7 times Patrick Mahomes did the unthinkable. What's your favorite Mahomes moment? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. As always, you're watching Nonstop Sports. We'll catch you next time.